Hello everybody and welcome to this edition of Wedding Planning Weekly, brought to you by the Avanti Mansion and Key Video Productions.
Well, Valentine's only comes around once a year, and this year it falls on a Friday, which means love is in the air all weekend long.
I'm sure that lots of you guys popped the big question on Friday over romantic dinner and a bottle of champagne, but for the one or two of you waiting for tonight's show in hopes of a creative idea, you're in luck. A little bit later on, Josh and Jennifer tell us their story.
And it's a beautiful love story for sure. Now, if you're a newly engaged bride or groom-to-be, we invite you to spend the next 30 minutes right here, learning about some questions you should be asking before signing on that dotted line, and also getting to know some local wedding service providers that you'll want to include in your special day.
For instance, one person that's essential to get you started on the wedding of your dreams is your wedding consultant. Here to tell us more is BBA member Tammy Papia.
Hi, I'm Tammy Papia with Heavenly Weddings, and I've been assisting brides for over 20 years. My clients become my friends before they become brides. Let me introduce Erica Rodriguez so she can tell you our story.
I know that I always wanted a wedding planner because I wanted someone to help me plan and organize the day. With a wedding planner, they are very organized, they have to be. And really, once I went through it, I realized it's worth it. Like, it's not that, costly. You can afford it, and it's actually worth every bit of it. In order to enjoy your day and not to worry about all the little things that could go wrong or do go wrong, somebody else can take that stress away from you so that you can enjoy your day. And to have that is just priceless. I feel like I never really got to that point where I felt stressed because I felt that Tammy was always taking care of the things that need to be taken care of. I never felt like Tammy was intruding on the decisions I made or in my personal space. Like, I always felt like I could go to her. I felt like I could trust her. I felt like I was able to get my needs met through her, because sometimes when you go over things with your parents, they try to plan and make the decisions for you, and Tammy made it all about what I wanted or what my husband and I wanted. So that's what made it special, because we were able to plan our own wedding and not have other people tell us what to do. My mom absolutely loved the fact that I had a wedding planner, because she actually had her own floral business for weddings, and she loved the fact that I was able to work with somebody that knew what they were doing and could help and assist me along the way. If you're a bride-to-be, don't go anywhere else. Use Heavenly Weddings. Tammy can give you the service that you're looking for. She can give you the trusting relationship and all the reassurance that you need to know that your wedding day is going to go well.
My goal as a wedding planner is to give you the opportunity to be a guest at your own wedding. In other words, to really enjoy your day. So call me or visit my website at heavenlyweddings.com.
On a special occasion like your wedding day, most brides and grooms opt to hire a limousine service to transport them to and from the church and reception. And long after you're married, you're going to remember that ride. So asking the right questions before signing on the dotted line, crucial. Here to give us some helpful hints is BBA Charter member Michael Secaroli, owner of one of the area's most prestigious limousine companies, Status Limousine. Mike, welcome to Wedding Planning Weekly.
Welcome. Thank you.
You say, make sure the company you choose is reputable and has a solid track record of satisfied customers.
An important factor of renting a limousine would be making sure the company's been around for years, have the proper licensing and registrations on their vehicles, have a proper staff that knows what they're doing, and the experience they have is crucial, because you don't want a first-timer doing something for you.
Tip number 2, you say make your reservations early.
It's crucial to book early because there's only so many nice vehicles in the Western New York area.
Right.
So our company prides itself on the vehicles we do have, as well as an incredible staff. Some of my office staff's been with me since the day we opened, so if you've got questions, they've got the answers for you.
And speaking about booking up early, I would think you probably need to do that. And a lot of brides don't think about the May and the June, prom and graduation months, but that does factor into it, doesn't it?
Yes, I feel, right after you book your reception hall and right after you know your place where you're getting married, but basically, limousine should be next.
Now, I would think that paying an actual visit to the limousine company, meeting with the staff, sitting in the limousine that you're anticipating renting would be important.
Any reputable company, I think, would invite you down to see the vehicle, to view the vehicles. to make sure the vehicle you're looking at is the vehicle you're actually going to be receiving. You know, when you go do look at the vehicles at their place of business, I recommend strongly looking at the vehicles, looking around, see if the vehicle's clean, look at if, because chances are the way the vehicle is sitting there is probably the way it's going to show up at your wedding.
And finally, as with any wedding service you're about to contract, before signing on the dotted line, make sure all the details are in black and white. What are some of the specifics or fine print, if you will? How about time, parking, tolls?
No additional time, fuel cost. You know, with the price of fuel fluctuating as much as it is.
Yeah.
You know, we've talked about fuel costs, changing fuel costs, but you know, we figure, you know what, people don't need that added stress to their wedding to think, well, there might be an added thing for fuel or this or that, or, you know, they want to know exactly what the bottom line's going to be. And if they do have additional hours, that this would be the cost.
And I think the cancellation policy should be an important aspect.
Yes, unfortunately, the cancellation policy, you know, deposits in our industry basically are non-refundable for most people. So, you know, so do know what you're looking at, do know what you're getting into. Look at the history of the company. Make sure they got the right, you know, that they've been around and they're going to be around. And, you know, Google today is a great thing, man. You can check into anybody.
Great information, Mike. So there you have it. Make sure the company you're about to hire or transport that oh-so-special cargo on the most important day of your life is reputable. Make your reservations early. Keep in mind proms and graduation season. Remember, the best price does not always mean the best service. And give your limo a test run. Sit in it. Get a feel for it months in advance of your big day. And as we advise you all the time, get every detail in writing. Status Limousine, 799 Englewood Avenue, Buffalo, 833-7292.
Remember, if your dream wedding involves multiple locations, bride's home, groom's home, ceremony site, photo session location, and finally your banquet hall, a reputable limo service will ensure your bridal party arrives safely, on time, and in style. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, speaking of styles, we've got the latest ones in both men's and women's fashions. Stay with us.
With over 85 colors to coordinate with any gown, Bridesmaids gowns have met their match at Tuxedo Junction. Request free color swatches at tuxedojunction.com.
Tuxedo Junction, we fit your dream.
Key Video Productions.
Welcome back to this very special Valentine's Day edition of Wedding Planning Weekly, brought to you in part by the Avanti Mansion. If you see a product or service on our show and you want to know more about it, jump on the web and check out BuffaloBridalAssociation.com. There you'll find links to all of our members, and since all BBM members agree to subscribe to a code of ethics, you know you're in good hands with each and every one of them.
Coming up in just a few minutes, Deb Daruska from Bridal Chateau has some fashions to show you that are spectacular, to say the least. You don't want to miss these gowns. Today, we're featuring different silhouettes.
But first, at many wedding receptions today, photo booths are all the rage, and for good reason.
Want to take your event to the next level? You come to the right place. Custom designer prints, props, social media integration, green screen technology. All you need to do is call. Weddings, corporate events, school events, retirement parties, birthdays, holiday parties, bar and bat mitzvahs, graduations. Reserve your photo booth today.
Hi, Debbie Daruska here at Bridal Chateau. Today we're going to talk about the 4 basic silhouettes of wedding gowns. There's the A-line, the ball gown, the slim silhouette, which is like the sheath and the mermaid and the trumpet, and the empire. Behind me is an empire bridal dress. Empire means coming right out from underneath the bust, hugging the bust and slowly falling over the curves. This particular dress does have little cap sleeves, and would be great on any figure. It gives you a nice long silhouette. The dress over here is more of a gentle A-line. A-lines are good for full figures as well as tiny figures. It's going to hug the bust and then flare just softly down. No large train, no large bottom. We have Katie in a ball gown. This silhouette is just beautiful, just amazing. It's cropped right at the bottom of the ribs, right in the waist to show off this wonderful top, and then flares off in the skirt. This particular dress is one of our own at Bridal Chateau, a Robin Gillian. The dress has got the soft A-line skirt, and the back of the dress is really a little bit low, and there's some faux buttons as well. Now we have Holly. Notice the long, beautiful silhouette on this dress, the sweetheart neckline, the drop torso, and who could miss these beautiful pleats on the dress. This is a long, slimming silhouette, long torso like a mermaid, and a sheath. The back of this beautiful dress is dipped just ever so slightly and covered with the faux buttons. The back is also adorned with a lot of beautiful lace appliques and points. This particular style seems to be most fitting for ladies with curves. If you've got a beautiful curvaceous body, this is what you'd love to show. Your neckline is also adorned by the dip in the front of the dress. We call that sweetheart. This particular style looks good even if you happen to be a slight little girl and not very curvaceous. In this beautiful style, there can be many silhouettes. The sheath, which is straight up and down, the trumpet, which goes right to the hip line and then flares a little bit, and then everybody knows the mermaid, which is very shapely as well. All are good for your figures. It makes you look tall and graceful in the dresses. Remember, brides, keep in mind that there are 4 basic styles of wedding gowns: empire, sheath, A-line, and ball gown. Bridal Chateau is known for its wide selection and commission-free sales staff. Our consultants truly care about their customers and strive to put a dream together for her. We carry all the different silhouettes of gowns, ensuring that you will be offered one of the widest selections and varieties of dresses in the salon. Each bride is unique, so stop into the Bridal Chateau and speak to one of our friendly sales representatives. They will use their knowledge to put together and show you everything available to make your vision come true.
Closed captioning provided by
Elio DePaulo's. We cater to your dreams. Elio DePaulo's Restaurant, Ringside Lounge, and Banquet Facility. Elio DePaulo's. We cater to your dreams.
Key Video Productions. This portion of the program is sponsored in part by Key Video Productions, television, video, DVD.
You know, your banquet manager can be one of your most helpful advisors. They're the ones that really pull it all together.
So you want someone on your team who has a lot of experience and who really loves brides. Here to tell us more is our own Tammy Papia with Buffalo Bridal Association member Josette Salvatore Hickey.
Josette, as the banquet coordinator for Salvatore's, what is your role?
As a banquet coordinator, our role is to help a bride and groom and their families create a reception that runs very smoothly. It's a big part of your wedding day, so you want everything to be perfect.
So when a bride-to-be and her fiancé come and visit you for that initial consultation, what should be some of the questions that they're prepared to ask you?
The first question is, how many people are you going to have? We need to know that number so we can pick an appropriate room for you. And then from there, we need to know what time of year are you looking to get married? Do you have a specific date? Do you want to get married on a Saturday, a Friday?
Are you finding that Fridays are becoming more popular?
We are. Fridays are becoming increasingly popular, and so are some of the Sundays before a Monday holiday. We do have a great incentive for those weddings as well. If you have your wedding on a Friday or Sunday and you have 100 adults with a 4-hour open bar, we'll give the bride and groom a complimentary honeymoon suite at our hotel, the Garden Place Hotel. well. And then we'll also give you a 10% discount on the reception here at Salvatore's.
Oh, love that. Well, listen, I know that not too long ago you yourself were married, and like thousands of other brides had your reception right here in this beautiful building, in fact right here in this very room. So when an engaged couple comes to you and asks, why Salvatore's? How would you respond to that?
The first thing I would say is the atmosphere is absolutely amazing here. All of our ballrooms are beautiful. We have great decor as far as, the chairs are great. We provide beautiful table linens and tablescapes. We even have centerpieces if you need them. From there, I would say that our staff is amazing. We've been open for 43 years, and some of the people who are working for us have been here for over 30. So we have a lot of experience doing what we do. And after that, the food. The food is amazing here. The chefs do a great job. Everything about it is just amazing. There's nothing that we can't do for your wedding.
That's fabulous, and I totally agree. Well, thank you so much for coming to talk to me today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Tammy. A bit later in the program, we'll have a real-life wedding story for you from right here in Western New York, as seen through the artistic eyes of the videographers at Key Video Productions. And speaking of an artistic eye, here's a look at one of the area's most progressive photography companies, Wozniak Photography.
I'm Dave Wozniak, the owner at Wozniak's Photography. We've been in business for over 30 years. I love this business. It's more than a hobby. I've been able to turn my hobby into a living, and there's nothing better than not having to call work work.
I'm Amanda Wozniak, and I work here as a photographer. It's a great job to have. I love doing it. I love working with the bride and groom all day. I love to see happy people, and it's just a great environment to be in.
I'm Brianna Wozniak. I'm a photojournalist here in Wozniak's Photography, and I also work in the office assembling the final albums. I get all the candid pictures. I zoom in on people's hands, flowers, small details that the bride has put together for months leading to the big day.
When the bride and groom first come into our studio, we like to show them that we're going to give them great photography, but we're also going to be an important part of their wedding.
I introduce myself, they introduce themselves. We talk for a few minutes to break the ice.
We want them to feel like we're family at the end of the day.
I like to have conversations with them during the engagement session. I don't like to just keep it pictures and poses. I like to be personal with them.
It's a privilege to be a wedding photographer. You're with people on the most important day of their life.
Usually at the bride's house when we first get there, it's crazy and hectic, and we like to just smooth things out and make the day go nice and easy for them.
We never will miss a shot because we're busy doing something else. That only comes with experience.
By the end of the day, we usually feel like we're a part of the family. Half the time they don't even realize we're still there, which means we did our job without being in anybody's face.
Our experience often translates into a more relaxed, stress-free day for the bride and groom. We do this every weekend. Most brides and grooms do this once in a lifetime.
My personal favorite part of the day is the father-daughter dance. I love it. It always chokes me up a little bit and I get a little bit teary-eyed. I think of my dad.
We know we're going to give you great photographs. What we like is at the end of the day, when you know you've had a great time with us and you've got the most awesome photographs you could possibly imagine.
At Tuxedo Junction, we make fitting your out-of-town groomsmen easy. Send in your measurements, keep track of your guys with My Wedding Planner, have a tuxedo ready and waiting in the city where your ceremony is taking place. All online at tuxedojunction.com. Let the guys travel, not the tuxedos. With hundreds of colors to choose from, we coordinate with all major dress designers. Order your free color swatch today at tuxedojunction.com. You've found your perfect color. Now, find your perfect match. When you want your wedding party to look their best, Tuxedo Junction is the place to go. With the newest styles and the latest trends, we carry exclusive designers you won't find anywhere else, including Calvin Michaels New York, Perry Ellis, and Oleg Cassini. Visit us at tuxedojunction.com.
Wow, Tuxedo Junction does it all. Men, you owe it to yourself to check them out.
We'll be back with more on this very special Valentine's Day edition of Wedding Planning Weekly. Don't go anywhere.
With Frontier Catering, it's easy to show your good taste. Chef Art Christie uses time-tested techniques and authentic family recipes to create a custom menu that showcases your personal style and your venue. And with Frontier Catering, your food is prepared fresh, on-site. For corporate events, unforgettable weddings, and other signature celebrations, it has to be Frontier Catering.
Concerned about the perfect vest and tie color to match your bridesmaids' gowns? No problem. Order free fabric swatches at tuxedojunction.com.
Tuxedo Junction, we fit your dream. You know, countless hours and tens of thousands of dollars go into making wedding day dreams come true. And for who? Well, the bride and groom, of course. But the truth is, they're so excited and distracted and pulled in so many different directions that the details of the day sometimes just become a blur.
That's why it's such a good idea to capture those memories on DVD. As promised, here's Josh and Jennifer's love story, brought to you by the team at Key Video Productions.
We met at a friend's party. He was back from the Navy, had a big party for everybody, and we hit it right off.
Said he just wasn't my type, really. You know, he was a nice guy, but it's not the type I went for.
I thought she was the most beautiful girl at the party, and I was attracted to her immediately. I didn't get the call for like 6 months later.
So I was going on dates, and I really didn't feel anything for the other guys. I couldn't get Josh out of my mind, so I was going, I texted him, and I gave him 30 minutes to text me back. I wanted to get in touch with him, but I didn't want him to think that I was desperate. So I'm getting all my stuff together to go babysitting, and within that 5 minutes he texted me back and he said, hey, what's up?
I played it cool, like I didn't care, but inside I was real excited and ready to take her out.
The first kiss was very sweet and soft, and he came on to me. I got butterflies. I was like, oh. And you know when you can't go to bed at night when you think about somebody? I was just on cloud 9 all night when I kissed him, so I was like really excited.
Yeah, we started hanging out a lot, and then we hung out for about like a week straight, and then there was one day where we decided not to hang out. We were going to hang out with our friends separately, and we both missed each other a lot. And right then, we kind of knew that we had something great going, and now we're getting married.
Josh was like, well, where would you like to go for dinner? And I said, oh, you know, let's go to Salvatore's. It's one of my favorite places. He brought me a dozen roses. We walk into Salvatore's, and I just feel like I'm the only girl he's looking at, you know what I mean? Like one of those types. And we have great conversation, and by the end of dinner, he asked if I wanted dessert, and I said, yeah. So we're waiting for the dessert and everything. And he's like, I have another question for you. And I said, yeah. And he said, would you be my girlfriend? And I burst out laughing. I'm like, that is so cute. Like, oh, will you be my girlfriend? And I said, absolutely, you know. So that's our first official day of dating.
I had picked up the ring a couple weeks before. I had talked to the manager at Salvatore's to get us, you know, the seat that we wanted, and to ask if he could do something for us, you know, special for my proposal. So he said he would hide it in the dessert. So we, you know, we get to Salvatore's, and she was kind of grumpy, I'll say, because I had not asked her to marry me yet, and I was probably nervous that night too, so a little standoffish. We get there and go through dinner. She's still a little upset and a little down because no proposal. Dessert time comes and she's grumpy, so she said she doesn't want any dessert.
I love dessert. I always have a sweet tooth after dinner.
Now the manager needs her to order any dessert so he can come over with a tray. So I ordered dessert.
The waiter brought over a tray, 2 trays that were covered. And he said, this is a gift from the Salvatores. You're never going to look at another chocolate-covered strawberry again. And it's just going on and on. And I mean, I'm thinking, I want my pie. I just want, I have a sweet tooth, I want it.
So he goes into a spiel about how this is going to be the best dessert she's ever had, and she'll remember this for the rest of her life.
So I'm looking at him, and the whole restaurant, I'm saying this restaurant was jam-packed. It was so crowded, dead silence. Everybody's looking at us, and I'm just getting nervous. Why is the restaurant looking at us so quiet?
And then finally he pulls the lid off the tray.
And here's my ring. Just staring right at me, this gorgeous diamonds.
She starts sobbing. I get down on one knee. Everybody starts clapping.
The whole restaurant started to clap and cheer, and it was just so romantic. Ever since I was a little girl, I always loved Salvatore's.
So I had asked her officially to be my girlfriend at Salvatore's on August 1st of '05. And then we got engaged at Salvatore's 2 years later, August 1st, '07. And we are getting married August 1st, 2009 at Salvatore's. I love everything about her. Coming home to her at night and spending time with her and not spending time with her. Because then it's better when we see each other,
And I love you so much because you're very caring and you understand me like nobody else.
You mean the world to me, and you always understand me, and when I'm down, you make me feel better, and I couldn't picture my life without you. Love you.
Me too.
Key Video wedding stories captured for lifetime on DVD. For the finest in wedding day videography, call Key Video at 884-KEY-1.
That's all the time we have for today's program. I really want to encourage you to log on to BuffaloBridalAssociation.com.
In fact, go to your computer right now and check out everything this great organization has to offer. After all, if you're planning a wedding, you're about to spend more money than you ever have.
On things you've never purchased.
From businesses you've probably never heard of. The BBA is here to take the worry out of your wedding day planning.
For everyone here at Buffalo Bridal Association, all of our great sponsors, and Key Video Productions, I'm Beth Clark.
And I'm Ben Fantaski. We'll see you next week right here at the same time.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.